Hello everybody, it is your friendly neighborhood Hyrule Balverine. I am unboxing another book. I know, shocked. You were shocked. Well, not that shocked. Just like you will be shocked that I haven't actually read this book. But at least this time, this book is a series I've been reading. This Kickstarter edition is The Other Battle by Derrick Smythe. This is the third book in his Passage to Dawn series. And once again, since I started off that way with the original Kickstarter, I have the hardback, paperback, well, leather-bound paperback edition. And of course, a couple of nice-looking bookmarks here. I like that one's kind of got the shinier gold foil. The other's just kind of less metallic, but no less shiny. And the other truth, no gold this time around, but sometime this summer it looks like he's planning on doing the fourth book, The Other Truth. So let us take a quick peek here. Try to carefully cut this because I'm not looking to damage a nice book. Ooh, excuse me. I am curious if you have read this book or the series at all. I'm also curious if anybody who has discovered this book because of my Kickstarter, or wow, because of my videos about the Kickstarter editions, what you think of it. I would actually be quite pleased to know that I have helped some people discover new content because of these videos. Now, I don't recall if the paperback will have the pictures, although it would not surprise me. Yep, there we go. But I'm going to do that with... There we go. I'm going to do that with the hardback, the leatherbound instead. But I think I'm going to cheat ever so slightly in that I'm going to keep this open as much as I can in the hopes, no, we're going to cheat. I'm going to grab something completely random here and try to keep that open. Hopefully not damage anything. That's not going to work. Oh well. I was hoping to keep that open. Let's see if this will work. Nope, because that's just going to bring that stuff out. I wanted to keep that open so that I didn't have to keep flipping back and forth here. I guess I will just use my bookmark to keep that page open here. But let's look at our nice leather bound. Again, nice foiling. Slightly different color this time around. We'll go with the, I don't know, jade green, I guess. Got our foiled edges here. Ribbon bookmark. And again, green to match the other color on the cover. Both books autographed. We have the continent of Drogon and Angolia as far as our maps for Dorea. I believe this was the original cover, but I could be mistaken. And as always, I'll try to put up cleaner bits of the artwork from the campaign or wherever else it might be posted. The maps again. And of course, there are our page we're going to reference from the other book. And like each of the other editions, we have the nice cover. Our symbols here for whose chapter it is or whose point of view the chapter is from. Well, let's go to page 3 for our first black and white illustration. That is... Oh, no name given on some of these. Okay. Nope. Actually, none of them have names given, just the author names. I'll try to put those up as well, especially if I have the Let's put that a little further here. Especially if I can find better versions of these to show you. Let's go to page 22 for our next one. There we go. I'm guessing that is Derrick and Dwaypack. Hey, there we go. There are the names. So most likely that's who that is. All right, 36 and 37. Shouldn't be much further. There we go. Another map. In this case, it's Quinson. Okay, black and white illustration, page 103. I do appreciate that he made it a point to ensure that these black and white illustrations came out properly, because there was an issue with a previous Kickstarter where these were very faded. We were lucky enough to get prints of those as a result. 119. Not that I'm complaining in the slightest about getting the prints, but these are very clear, concise, easy to view, and I love them. They look so nice with the black background. All right, page 160 and 61 is a color illustration. There we go. Look at that. And I do believe this one was, at least in some version, in the Kickstarter, so that should have already popped up for you. Page 230 and 231. One of those will be an illustration, one of those will be a map. Here we go. And that is a very nice black and white with a touch of color. Same art for the end pages at the back of the book. Nineveh map. Assuming I'm pronouncing that right, but who the heck knows? Well, anybody who's listened to an audiobook, I guess. Page 305 is our next illustration. And that does make that easier when I can go right to them. Oh. Another nice illustration of Sindri, which got just enough color to make her pop. I wonder if those are supposed to be in the dream world. And I don't remember if that had an actual name for it. It's been a while since I've read the previous books. So 326. Ooh. Oh, what is his name? Oh, crap. The bad guy. And yeah, well, it could be Grovenar, but given that he has this, minor spoiler if you haven't read the previous books. But I think John Wayne got taken away, unless I'm remembering wrong. But that's either Grovenar or Grovenar's rival, whose name escapes me at the minute. Alright, so 338, another map. Ooh, and then a nice color illustration there. Big old spider or something like that. Obviously, like I said, I've not read this particular book, so I don't know what's going on in any of these illustrations. Alright, so 360, 470, and 510. Okay, 360. That's the one we saw in the paperback. Guessing that's Dwaypack. And, oh crap, I cannot remember his name. It's either the prince or his buddy. Man, I hate when I can't remember names. But that's what happens when you bounce around so many books. 470 and 510. Ooh, that is a very nice piece of art. Obviously, our villain leader, crap. Again, I can't remember the name, but he's the one who gets the dragon scales for essentially every soul he consumes. It's the leader of the invading army. But I don't know if that's a tree or somebody becoming a tree or what the deal is there, but that is quite interesting. Let's go to our last illustration on 510. Oh, That is quite nice. I'm guessing that is some sort of godlike creature. Reminds me of one of the, not the Lumales, I think those are the other ones. But I suspect that this is not one of those in a more human form, or anthropomorphic form. But I guess I'll find out when I read it. Alright, so that should be the last of the art, other than the end pages we already looked at. But we're going to scroll back a little further, because this book also has the backer names in it. Here's a sneak peek for the next book. About the author. There we go. Our Kickstarter backers. It feels like it is a smaller section, but I don't think so. Probably just less people put their names in. But there we have it. The Other Battle leather-bound edition. Deluxe trade paperback edition. The two nice deluxe or collector editions. Two nice bookmarks to go with those nice editions. Thank you for watching my video, and as always, happy reading.